like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag. You ain't get too bad, my bag. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I got you.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
80 weapons. Hey, high 7.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
That's good for a Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go. 60 yards.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hit it.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ben Gideon in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, Delta.
On 2nd down, Minshew. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. He's going to let it go, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Let's go.
Gun.
Check four.
A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
All day, every day, any day. Shit.
Gun.
Switch.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Watch the ship.
Gun.
25. Take 25.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Riley Harrison. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I've played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Meanwhile, here's a shot for the end zone right away, but it's incomplete. They'll look to run with Freeman. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
You draw 4 skits.
They'll try and run. Freeman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. The kick by Lambeau is good, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
44 to Mike, 44. Hey, Foxtrot. Gun.
On play action, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Cousins on target to Diggs. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Like 50. Like 50.
Gun.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Jaguars. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Hey, Wahoo! Gun!
They go play action. Cousins. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken from just outside the 30. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times.
And he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Hey, no, he's easy. Gun.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Gun.
44's to Mike. 44's to Mike. I got it.
First down, here's the run with Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
The 46-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Gun.
Play action now. Cousins. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Mike, 48. Mike, 48.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Check 48's to Mike. Check 48's.
Bravo.
Oh, you got D? 48. 48's Mike. 48's Mike.
2. two.
48 to Mike.
Hey, we got to get this stuff.
Play fake. Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the kick by Elliott is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is now 17-3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7
Gun.
at the 28-yard line.
Leave it. Bring up 48.
52. Watch 52.
And Diggs has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A throw over the middle, taken in. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Cousins again. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 3rd and long for Cousins. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards there and a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Cousins now. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And Elliott puts this one through. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me, partner.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the three is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
On the ready.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Minshew, 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Man, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie! Ready!
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Jags grab it, and he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Hey, let's go. Gun.
On play action, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Hey, check. Gun.
Off the play fake. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
At the 36-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 20-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and forever. Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And an alley to run. And all the way down to the 29. A big run there by Freeman. 61 yards that time on the ground. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. It's a give to Freeman running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On second down, it's Freeman. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Man out. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we're going to make some.
First down. Here's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on second down, Cousins. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were